At the beginning of the story, we see a small wooden house standing in the middle of a dense, silent forest. Tall trees surround it from every direction, and there is no sign of civilization anywhere nearby. This house is isolated from the world. Inside this lonely home live 3 people: a mother named Norma and her 2 sons, Sam and Nolan. They have been living here for many years, completely cut off from the outside world. According to Norma, several years ago, a terrible evil attacked the world. It was not a normal disaster, not a disease, not a war, but something dark and supernatural. After that attack, only a few people survived. Civilization collapsed. Cities were destroyed. Humanity almost disappeared. Over time, the world changed completely. Norma believes that the evil now lives somewhere near their house in the forest. She tells her children that this evil is not ordinary. It can change its form into anything, a human, an animal, even someone they know. If it touches a person, that person becomes infected and turns evil too. They lose control over themselves and begin killing anyone they see. However, there is one important rule. The evil cannot enter their house, cannot harm anyone who remains connected to the house. This is why, whenever Norma and her children step outside, they tie a rope around their waists. The other end of the rope remains tied to the house. The rope acts as protection. The evil cannot cut it, cannot break it, and cannot harm anyone attached to it. For years, this has been their survival method. They go into the forest tied to ropes and hunt for food. Their diet is extremely basic. They eat insects, frogs, snakes, whatever they can find. Survival is more important than comfort. Norma constantly warns them that the evil follows them every time they step outside. It waits patiently for a mistake. It wants one of them to untie the rope so it can attack. Strangely, neither Sam nor Nolan has ever actually seen the evil. Because of this, Norma has created strict rules for survival. Every evening before dinner, she makes her sons repeat those rules aloud. She wants them to memorize everything so that if something ever happens to her, they can survive alone. She also tells them terrifying stories about the evil to make sure fear stays in their hearts. She believes fear will keep them safe. She tells them that their father was also touched by the evil years ago. She says he began acting strange, violent, and dangerous. In order to protect her children, she had no choice but to kill him. The boys listen quietly. Sam believes every word. Nolan, however, is not fully convinced. One night, after Sam and Nolan fall asleep, Norma hears strange whispering sounds coming from outside. Feels like someone is calling her name. He reaches for it, but the rope stops him. If he wants the egg, he must untie himself. For a moment, he considers it. He hesitates. Then Sam notices what he is about to do and quickly stops him. Sam warns him that the evil is waiting for exactly this kind of mistake. Angry and frustrated, Nolan gives up. On their way back, Nolan's anger grows. In a sudden moment of frustration, he steps on Sam's rope, causing Sam to slip and fall down a slope. The impact loosens Sam's rope, and his foot gets stuck between tree branches. Now Sam is untied. Nolan panics. He cannot reach him because his own rope is too short. So he whistles loudly to call their mother. Norma hears the whistle and runs toward them. But when she arrives, her rope also cannot reach far enough. Without thinking, she unties herself, breaking her own rule, and rushes to save her sons. As she frees them, they suddenly see something approaching. An old woman appears from the trees. Her movements are unnatural. Her tongue flickers like a snake's. Her eyes look hollow. It is terrifying. Norma quickly ties the rope back around herself and her sons before the figure gets closer. Sam and Nolan cannot clearly see the evil, but they feel its presence. Fear fills the air. They rush back home safely. That night, Norma is furious. She yells at both of them for breaking the rules. Inside the house, she has built a small basement, a dark, isolated room. Whenever the boys disobey, she locks them there as punishment. She believes the darkness will strengthen their fear of the evil and keep them cautious. Interestingly, after Sam's rope was untied in the forest, nothing happened to him. He did not get attacked. He did not change. This makes Nolan even more doubtful. Later, Nolan secretly asks Sam, "When your rope came off, did you feel anything strange?" Sam says he does not remember clearly, but Nolan insists that nothing happened. He becomes more convinced that their mother is wrong. Maybe there is no evil. Maybe the outside world is completely normal. Days pass. Food becomes scarcer. They are now surviving on tree leaves and small plants. Hunger grows worse. One day in the greenhouse, Nolan notices a snake tattoo on his mother's waist. She explains that the evil often appears to her in the form of a snake. She got the tattoo so that the evil would not recognize her. Nolan gently suggests that maybe the world outside is fine. Maybe she is mistaken. How can it be that only their house survived in the entire world? Norma tells him to be grateful they are alive. Months pass. Nolan is now certain that his mother has been lying. Starvation becomes serious. One night, Nolan tells Sam they must leave. If they stay, they will die from hunger. Sam refuses. He does not want to abandon their mother. The next morning, Norma shows them an old camera and some photographs from the past. Memories of a normal world. She even takes a picture with her sons, as if she fears they will leave her soon. Then she announces something shocking. They must kill their dog, Tom, for food. Nolan refuses immediately. He loves Tom deeply. Norma accuses him of being influenced by the evil. She says the evil is trying to divide them. Despite Nolan's protests, Norma takes Tom to the greenhouse with a crossbow. Nolan runs after her and locks the greenhouse door from outside. He cuts her rope and shouts that there is no evil. Suddenly, something appears before Norma, taking the form of her own mother. The evil approaches slowly. Norma refuses to let it touch her. She breaks a piece of glass and cuts her own throat. She dies instantly. Sam sees everything and breaks down in tears. Nolan realizes his mistake too late. After her death, Sam becomes sick. With no proper food or care, survival becomes even harder. One day, Nolan goes alone into the forest and discovers a road, proof of civilization. He calls for help. After some time, a man appears, saying he heard Nolan shouting. But Sam, still paranoid, shoots the man with a crossbow. The injured man crawls away into the forest. Nolan follows and finds a bag filled with food supplies. The man had called for help before dying. The boys realize they killed an innocent person. Suddenly, something appears before Norma, taking the form of her own mother. The evil approaches slowly. Norma refuses to let it touch her. She breaks a piece of glass and cuts her own throat. She dies instantly. Sam sees everything and breaks down in tears. Nolan realizes his mistake too late. After her death, Sam becomes sick. With no proper food or care, survival becomes even harder. One day, Nolan goes alone into the forest and discovers a road, proof of civilization. He calls for help. After some time, a man appears, saying he heard Nolan shouting. But Sam, still paranoid, shoots the man with a crossbow. The injured man crawls away into the forest. Nolan follows